Okay, so in today's video, I want to look at a different class of trigonometric function problems. The first one, they will all be of the same type, but let's just get started with this simpler one. So suppose that sine x is equal to 1/3. We want to determine what cos x is. So there are two ways to do this, but the first way, which I think is the simpler way, is the most robust, so it'll work in more situations. So if sine x is equal to 1/3, then sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So we can form this right angled triangle with this horizontal length being alpha. To find alpha, we just use Pythagoras' theorem, which is alpha squared plus 1 squared is 3 squared, 3 squared being 9. So therefore alpha squared is 8 and alpha is 2√2. Of course you'd have a plus or minus, but we have a positive length. So this alpha here is 2√2. So now we want to find cos x. So cos x is adjacent over hypotenuse, and we end up with 2√2 divided by 3. An alternative approach, which is essentially equivalent, is to use the Pythagorean identity sine squared x plus cos squared x equals 1. If you know that sine x is equal to 1/3, then sine squared is 1/9, and you can use this to find the value of cos x. Okay, so let's have a look at a similar example. So here we have tan x is equal to √5/7. So tan is opposite, so let's write x here. So tan is opposite over adjacent. So here we've got to find the hypotenuse. So we have 14, well, let's write it out. So I've got 7 squared plus √5 squared is equal to beta squared. That means we'll have 49 plus 5 is beta squared. So beta is equal to the square root of 54. Now 54 is 9 times 6, so this will be 3√6. Now if we want to find sec, so sec x is 1 over cos x, and cos x is adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 7 over beta. So I'll have 1 over 7 over the hypotenuse, which is 3√6. But now 3√6, you just, when you divide by a fraction, you just flip the fraction. So we have 3√6 over 7. Okay, so I'm also assuming a few things about the angle, but let's just assume all the angles are in the first quadrant. So let's do one more. So cos 2x is equal to 1/8. So let's just call this angle 2x. Then adjacent over hypotenuse, and we have to find this length. So we'll have 1 plus gamma squared is 64. So gamma is the square root of 63. And cot is 1 over tan. So tan is opposite over adjacent. So I've got 1 over the square root of 63 divided by 1, but that's just 1 over the square root of 63. And well, I could actually simplify this radical if I wanted, because this is just 9 times 7, so it's 3√7, and then this would actually just be 1 over 3√7, but you can just leave it in the alternative form if you prefer. Okay, that's it for this video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. There are notes in the video description, or at least they're on their way. And if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comment section down below. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next video.